I had a doctor's appointment earlier this month, just the regular checkup and bloodletting thing that they do. And I was told after the blood went through its testing, that I got the call that said everything was fine except I have a certain vitamin deficiency. And I thought, well, gee, that's never happened before, and nothing about my daily routine has changed. So I did a little Googling and found out that one of the causes of this vitamins deficiency would be because I am superannuated, which is a fancy word I love to use. It means I have achieved old age. Yes, I'm old. Now, I really did not want to hear this from my doctor at all, but I knew that I needed to hear it. I went to Walgreens and got the vitamin supplements. Fortunately, they were having a 2-for-1 sale. And so now I have this to add to my morning supplement routine. So the thing is, sometimes, a lot of times, we want to hear something and we forget about what we need to hear. Our gospel today is from St. John's Gospel, and of course, it's the familiar scene of Jesus before Pilate. And he is before Pilate right before he is condemned to death on the cross. Jesus came down here to testify to the truth, as it says at the end of the gospel. And a lot of people, this is something that people needed to hear. And that's why he came down here and ended up forfeiting his life, his human life, on the cross for us. But there were people back then who did not want to hear what Jesus said. And they ignored what they needed to hear and only filtered what Jesus was saying through their own perspective, through their own system of wants. And that is what led, of course, to his crucifixion. There are people today who are the same. People all around the world who have known the Christian message, but who would rather follow what they want to hear, filter what they hear through their own, this thing drives me crazy, through their own belief system or whatever it is, and they forget that what Jesus tells us is what we need to hear. So, as we close out this liturgical year and begin next Sunday with the new liturgical year in Advent, it might be a good time to reflect, especially since this is a holiday week, in our public discourse, in our personal interactions. Do we pay attention to what we hear? Is what we hear what we want to hear? And if we don't hear what we want, do we just tune it out or come up with some argument about it? Or do we listen and sort out what is it that we need to hear? Whether it's communications between a husband and wife, or parents and children, or co-worker, or whatever it is. We have a need to truly hear the Word of God. And if we understand that the Word of God is the truth, the actual truth, not made up truth, then if we belong to the truth, we will listen to His voice. And we will hear and love what we need to hear, even if it makes us uncomfortable.